See, in Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 9, that word rest is the Greek word Sabbatismos. And so get the picture. Another name for God's final resting place, another name for heaven would be the word Sabbatismos. God calls heaven his Sabbatismos. That not only is heaven future God's Sabbatismos, but heaven past was God's Sabbatismos. In other words, there was a time in heaven where all was in perfect rest to the will of God, where there was no rebellion and there was no war. Everything was submitted to the will of God. That's what the word rest means. It means to be submitted to the full will of God. Heaven was God's Sabbatismos. The whole foundation of God's government then was based upon this principle of rest, until an angel named Lucifer broke the Sabbatismos. The rebellion in heaven began because Satan broke the state of rest. Remember, the devil's argument began to be, hey, we don't need to submit to the will of God. The devil brought about a state of social and religious unrest in heaven. So the devil poses this argument that I can be like God, I can be sanctified by myself without obeying the law of God. Why? Because iniquity was found in his heart. What is iniquity? Transgression of the law. I can be good without a law. Lucifer says, I will sit upon the mount of the congregation. What is a congregation anyway? It's a church. Did you know there was a church in heaven? A church of angels. And Lucifer said, I will sit on the mount of the congregation. Well, what happened to the congregation in heaven? It split. What did it split over? The first church split was over the issue of Sabbatismos. Let me help you out a little bit more here. This word, mount of the congregation, is the Hebrew word har mohed. It is the same word that is used in the book of Revelation chapter 16, where it says the devil is gathering the world together to fight the battle of Armageddon. Har mohed, Armageddon. The first Armageddon, the mount of the congregation, the battle of the first Armageddon in heaven. And by the way, now you understand, Armageddon originated in heaven, and the first battle was over the Sabbath. Guess what? The last battle will be over, everyone. Beloved, it is critical for us to understand the controversy and how it began in heaven and how it affects what's happening on earth now.